Hello and welcome all to today's Champion Helmets road test of the AGV K1. If you want that classic, aggressive and sporty AGV look but don't want to pay through the nose to get it, then the K1 racing helmet would be the helmet you'd want to go for here. It's an entry-level sports helmet that'll get you around the track with as few frills as possible, but it'll still get you around nonetheless. This helmet will also be competing with the N87 Plus, the Shark Skwal 2, the Icon Airflight, and the HJC IS-17 full-face helmets. With the price of about €180 or around $200, we wanted to see how much value this helmet will give you when we take it out on the road. Just a reminder that if you want to check out our full-length helmet review of the AGV K1, to head over to our YouTube channel, and while you're there, don't forget to hit subscribe. Before we head out on the road, I'll just give you a few quick facts about the K1. First, it is an entry-level sports bike helmet, and it owes its aerodynamic shape to wind tunnel testing. The shell is made of thermoplastic resin to give you a bit of protection, and this helmet is ECE rated. It came in at an average 1400 grams in a size MS, which is also not too bad, and it comes in 2 shell sizes, which is fairly standard for helmets around this price range. For the ventilation, the K1 has a vent in the chin, operated from the inside of the helmet, as with most AGV helmets. It's not handy for gloves, but there you go. For further ventilation, you have vents here in the brow, which you can open or close, as well as this one at the very front. For the visor, it's anti-fog pinlock prepared and anti-scratch, though this anti-fog pinlock lens is sold separately, which is unfortunate, but it does have this nice feature where you can crack the visor to a sitting position using a slider at the front of the helmet. The liner is removable, washable, and antibacterial, and it's even got space for people who wear glasses, which is a nice addition. Overall, nothing to complain about this level of helmet here. So, without further ado, let's take the K1 out on the road. First, just a quick reminder for how we set up our road tests. On the right is the helmet's internal temperature in degrees Celsius measured through a thermometer in the top of the helmet. In the middle is a decibel meter showing measurements from a microphone placed near our rider's ear. On the right is a phone showing the day's average wind speed. Lastly, on the dash is our rider's speed and the external temperature. When we tested the K1 out, it was a little bit rainy, but we still went out. We traveled at 130 kilometers per hour on long stretches of highway. The external temperature was about 8 degrees Celsius, while the helmet's internal temperature was about 10 degrees. So that's a 2-degree difference, which isn't too bad. The average wind speed was about 100 to 130 kilometers per hour. While riding in the helmet, we picked up a reading of about 105 decibels, which is very loud. But then again, this is a sports helmet and an entry one at that, so noise isolation is definitely not a priority here. Our rider found the helmet to be reasonably comfortable, though not as comfortable as other entry-level helmets out there, like the Shark Skwal 2 and the Nolan N87 Plus. Now, let's see how it scored. Since the K1 is made of thermoplastic resin and comes in only 2 shell sizes, that gives the K1 2 stars for material. However, for a great weight of about 1400 grams, that's 4 stars for weight. Since the visor is pinlock prepared but has no pinlock anti-fog lens in the box, that's 3 stars for the visor. While this is a sports helmet and wasn't designed for noise isolation, we decided to grade it on these terms anyway, since it is a budget helmet and may still be used out on the road. So with 105 decibels, it did poorly, giving it 2 stars, but with earplugs, this helmet should be no problem. For ventilation, since we had a difference of 2 degrees, that gives the K1 3 stars. Lastly, for comfort, it was fairly decent for an entry-level helmet, so that's 2 stars. This brings the AGV K1 to a total champion helmet score of 3 stars, and this will give it €11 per star, which is actually a really great value for money since you are getting a premium brand helmet, and this was about the same euro per star rating as the HJC IS-17, while this helmet is lighter and more comfortable. If you'd like to purchase the AGV K1, then make sure to head to championhelmets.com, where we have a lowest price guarantee and a bundle deal for an additional visor. So there we have it. While the K1 isn't going to bring you the luxury of the AGV Pista GPRR, it is coming in at a great price and great value for money. As far as this AGV helmet is concerned, it's a solid 3-star helmet, and there isn't really very much to complain, especially since this helmet is coming in at the €180 mark. Other than this, it would have been nice to receive the pinlock lens in the box, for example like you do with the HJC IS-17, though this is probably where AGV have cut down on the cost a little bit. If you liked the video, be sure to subscribe and let us know what you think in the comments down below. I'm Sebastian from Champion Helmets, and I'll see you next time.